Take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, down the tide? You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey, yo, I need that.
Entering settings screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to auto selected.
We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Okay, Coach. Well, in just a few short months, this place will be the epicenter of the sporting world when it hosts Super Bowl 54. It's Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the sight of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Let's go! Touchdown! Here we go, dear!
This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10. Man open left side. It's Williams. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On third down, Rivers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Second and 7 at the 40-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Check three.
Here's Jackson to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jerry Tillery in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Henry, I got one. Watch tight end. Hey, we got 3 down. 31's the mic. Switch up. Let's go.
Here's Jackson on third and long. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the second round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 40-yard.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Alert three.
They'll run with Drake. Now Drake loses the football, but I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. 70 ending. 58. Come on. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
From the 35 on second down, Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Tight left. 4 down. Check 50. Check 50. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
At the Chargers 1-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Check.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A run with Josh Adams, the Eagles' leading rusher as a rookie last year. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
No, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find runs and get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The Charger drive about to get going. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, Rivers. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And the Chargers first down.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Rivers. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
First down, Los Angeles.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 37. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the second time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
I got you.
Throwing again. Rivers. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Rivers now. It's complete right side to Benjamin. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
He's a gain of 8. And it brings up 3rd down.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you.
From the gun, Rivers. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the Dolphins' 19-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
12.
Throwing, Rivers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
To throw on 3rd down. Rivers. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal.
Easy.
Rivers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. They run it here with Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Drake. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Hey, pick your game up. Check out. Check out route.
On 3rd down, Jackson being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one sent away. Now Benjamin. Kiss him goodbye, Travis Benjamin. Touchdown, L.A. That'll go down as an 84-yard punt return. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, this game is, of course, part of the NFL 100 series, and the historical significance here goes back to that 1981 AFC divisional round game dubbed the Epic in Miami. Others called it the game that no one should have lost. Boy, you had so many great plays in there. The hook and ladder, the end of the second quarter by the Dolphins. Remember Kellen Winslow, future Hall of Famer, getting carried off exhausted in that contest. Over 1,000 total yards between the two teams, and led by Dan Fouts, the Chargers pulled off the 3-point win in overtime.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hey, got his right. Watch tight end.
Now a draw play with Drake. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go play action with Jackson. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
Shift! Watch the shift!
Left to right.
On 2nd and 12, Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
On 3rd down, Rivers sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here comes Grant on the return. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. Our first update now comes from Atlanta, and it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
On first down, Drake. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tackle made by Thomas Davis. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 2nd and 7, Jackson on the right side, open is Gesicki. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 28. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go! Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. 25!
Hey, Delta! Click!
Play fake, Rivers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Run 80! Run 80!
Drop deep, slam!
Hey, Delta! Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Let's go!
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a play fake here on first down. Henry's got it out on the left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
First down, Chargers.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Switch gears, switch gears.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Check, 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 check. 22, check, Bama. 22, check, Bama. 31's the mic. Shut up.
To throw again, Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. He's got a man complete. The 20.
Got you, boy. Got you, boy.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. This time, the extra point up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Rivers. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Bravo!
Check right.
To throw on 3rd down. Rivers. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but, hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they show confidence in their defense by punting it away.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
All day, dog. Joker.
Right back to Drake. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And, that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. The Charger drive about to get going. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Tight into the right, boy. Tight into the right. Move. 3 down. Sit.
Right. Nice hot.
To throw is Rivers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And that's caught inside the 35. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Hey, Rocket.
Play action now. Rivers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Here's Gordon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
180, 380.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
First down, Chargers.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get him the football in the passing game. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Rivers to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. So on fourth down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They run on 2nd down with Adams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Going to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Henry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Protein spill.
On first down, it's Gordon. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Left.
They'll run on first down. Gordon. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
And had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jerry Tillery in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returning, it's Benjamin. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Around the NFL fourth quarter right now in Atlanta. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their second on the young season.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
General West. White, 89.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On third down, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Another toe for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Keep playing hard.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And down to the 19-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Rivers hands off to Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. The Chargers on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch the eye.
Check 52. Red!
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
3 down. 31's the mic. I'm coming. Zoom.
We own this.
One last shot for Jackson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for our visitors, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll drop down to 1-3. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.